What is going on, Tar Heel Nation, at 12 stinking 35, bro? I just got off work at midnight and I figured why not stinking stay up and watch the Caleb Wilson announcement, man. I have no idea when this thing is going to transpire. So I just know that it's going to happen. The Celtics game just ended, and here we stinking are, dude. So really big opportunity for Carolina to get somebody important down low, especially. We've been clamoring for some kind of low post presence of Smoke. Oh, my bad. You hear me now, Smoke? Should be able to hear me now, man. That's my bad, bro. I literally just got off. Can you guys really not hear me right now? Should be good. Hold on. Let me stink and test it. Let me stink and test it. Okay. All right. You can hear me now. Let me make sure, dude. I'm not tripping. Should be all the way up. Should be all the way up. Okay, you can hear me good now, Max, my man. What's going on, Anthony? Man, there's a couple more dudes in here than I thought was going to happen, dude, after midnight. So, before I was all jacked up, and let me move this out of the way. That was for old stinking video. Okay. All right, baby. So, anyway, just got off work at midnight, man, and I got to be back at work at 8 o'clock, and I figured why not stinking stay up and watch the stinking Caleb Wilson announcement, dude? So really big opportunity for Carolina, man. A lot of people are saying that he's kind of swayed our way somehow, some way. I don't know, if it has to do with the bag. I don't know if it has to do with potential playing time because he's probably going to be a stinking one and done. I don't know, man. But I appreciate you guys hanging out real quick, man. Got Kenny Smith in the house, Shaquille O'Neal, Charles Barkley. So hopefully we will get some dadgum good news, man. So let me go over here real quick. What's up, Marcus? What's up, Abdallah? Smoke is in the house. Max, Anthony. Hey, man. Youth Pastor 2024. Goodness gracious, man. What are you guys doing out of bed? I thought I was a stinking crazy one. So this is what we're looking at, man. 9th overall rated player in the entire country, 4th overall power forward, and the number 1 player in the state of Georgia. Class of 2025. Caleb Wilson, 6'9", 205 pounds. That's what he's listed at. Last time I heard, I think he was like a $198. What's up, Vino? And so really good young basketball player, man, especially on the defensive side of the floor, man. He has since eliminated Ohio State. So right now, dude, we are looking at I know, Marcus. I know, bro. We all crazy for him, dog. We're looking at Kentucky and North Carolina, man. That is who Caleb Wilson is going to be choosing between, man, is North Carolina and Kentucky. So I think this is really interesting, man. I was reading this early. This is Adam Finkelstein, director of scouting. This is his report on him. Wilson's athletic, 6'9", 7-foot wingspan, 9-foot standing reach, and a rangy elastic body type. Is gradually filling out his naturally linear frame, but is extremely mobile for his size and able to cover the court. Talks about averaging 2.5 blocks per game. Court coverage and total defensive metrics are off the charts as he can fly around the floor, covering up mistakes, getting his hands on a ton of balls. You'll notice that, man. I'll actually put we're gonna look at some footage here in just a second while we're waiting on his announcement. But he gets his hands on a lot of passing lanes, bro, and he's able to run the break on his own. And he is just a walking, stinking alley-oop machine, bro. I mean, guards on the break. I don't know, man. I think it's like 12:45 is what I'm expecting. Hopefully we're not on here too long because I got to get my stinking butt in bed, dude. He still got class tomorrow. What makes him want to do this at 1 a.m.? Yeah, that's a good question. He might just be skipping class tomorrow, Max. But really interesting statement right here offensively. Say he's not a natural alpha or a creator, and because he had such a significant early reputation, there have been times when he's tried too hard to be an offensive focal point. This summer he found an ideal role as a secondary threat. So that's an interesting concept right there, a secondary threat. And you look at the likes of somebody like most people are anticipating that Ian Jackson's one and done, right? So if Ian Jackson's one and done, I personally right now I'm thinking that Elliot Cadeau is still going to come back for his junior season. God forbid he's thinking transfer somewhere, which somebody had mentioned that. I don't think that's going to happen, but EC comes back. I do believe right now that Drake Powell should come back. I don't know if he will come back or not. Obviously, RJ Davis will have exhausted all of his eligibility. So, right there, you got your starting point guard. Got, Drake Powell at the 3, more than likely. Seth. Um, and, you could have him step immediately into that 4 spot, dude. And you kind of got like a low block presence finally, and then hopefully HD or whoever is the head coach next year. Not trying, I haven't heard anything, but hopefully we can get another big body in the transfer portal, man. So Gil said Hubert needs this. I agree, man. I put out a video a little bit earlier about if Carolina doesn't make the tournament this year, what does Tar Heel Nation do with him? Based off of this actual, commit. I mean, if Caleb commits, does that give HD? I would imagine that gives HD one more year, right? Let's say Carolina doesn't make the tourney, because they are, they're probably like the bubble's about to burst kind of stuff right now. But let's say that they don't make the tournament, does that give Hubert Davis one more year because Caleb Wilson signed? He's probably going to be a one and done, right? Brandon said he doesn't think we're going to make the tournament after the last 2 games. Yeah, man, I don't know. And then that's a good question. If HD leaves, obviously per the new transfer or the transfer portal rules, and it probably is the same thing as a commit. If the coach leaves, then obviously he can reopen his commitment. So that's just an interesting aspect of things right there, dude. But I think that this is huge. This is his junior highlights, man. It's just something I'm pulling up right now. But obviously we're at high school level. It just depends on what type of talent he's playing. But kid's a hooper, man. Cut to the basket. You see he plays above the rim. One-handed jam. Little rough with the ball handle right there, dude, but a little pull up on the baseline. I think Brandon, it's trending that way, bro. I think that it is, man. I think that he's one and done, and I think that he sees an opportunity to play early at Carolina. You see the hands in the lane. You see him running the break right there. The one-handed jam, little dribble, right? He's got a little bit of handles for a big guy. Another little baseline jumper right here. Nice little touch. Looks like he got fouled on that. So, it's going to be interesting to see, how all this plays out, bro. I would imagine that if you're going to be one and done right now, I would think that the best place for you to go is probably Carolina, especially with the lack of bigs that we do have right now, like really good serviceable bigs. I think he can see himself getting a lot of early PT. So we don't get high players, which is a lie. How we get ECE and Drake. Like, folks need to chill. Dixon and Dennis is nice players too. Yeah, they are, man. They are. I was actually looking at this a little bit earlier though while we're waiting, because I do think that this is very interesting. This is very interesting right here though, Smoke. If you go down to North Carolina's recruiting classes, okay, right now Carolina, without the signing of Caleb Wilson, has the 33rd ranked class in the entire country. All right, you got 2 combo guards, 2 top 50 guards, both of them 4 stars. Derek Dixon is a little bit more of a shooter. But let's just say hypothetically that we do not get Caleb Wilson. Right now we're talking about the University of North Carolina being the 33rd ranked recruiting class in the entire country. If that holds true, I think that is personally cause for concern, man. And it's been that way a couple of times because, as you see, the arch nemesis right here is number 1. Go down here to Kentucky, number 6, right? UConn has really emerged over the last couple of years. And then this is par for the course, dude. You keep going back. Look at that. Arch nemesis, number 1. 5 stars. Carolina actually had a pretty good class last year, number 5. 2 5 stars. Go back here to 2023. If it'll populate. UK and Duke. Right? UK and Duke. You got to go all the way down to 15th to find North Carolina. Right? Come down here to 2022. Look at that. Duke, number 1. This is what I'm saying. These guys have embraced the one and done. Kansas is still up there. Carolina, down here at 13. Come down here to 2021. I know the last couple of years of Roy were a little rough, man. 20th ranked class. It's the University of North Carolina, man. You know, and I, like I said, I think that's a cause for concern. Now, Carolina did have the 3rd ranked class in 2020, but if I'm not mistaken, the 2019 class, maybe it wasn't. So Carolina had the 9th ranked. The point is that these two programs right here, have far superseded us as far as the portal is concerned, man. And so, you know, that is the cause for concern for me. If we don't get Caleb, we're at the 33rd ranked class right now, with 2 combo guards and once again, no big men. And obviously, you know, the transporter will still be there. Hopefully we're a little bit better than we were last year. But, you know, we shall see, man. We shall see. So, I mean, what do you guys think if Caleb doesn't sign with North Carolina? Let's say Caleb doesn't sign with North Carolina, right? And Carolina doesn't make the tournament. What does that mean for HD? You know, I think it's a legitimate question, man. I really do. I think it's a legitimate question, man. If you Google Caleb's name, it says he committed to UK. Don't know if that's right. I hope that that's not right, Evil. Smoke said facts, but that's normal for how our players are, and Puke stay number 1. That's and what they win with it. Anyone know what time he actually will be? It should be before 1. Yep, it should be before 1, man. So, I mean, you know, another thing to consider is I think a lot of players are, you know, the money is something that you is something that you definitely need to take into consideration too. How much money is Carolina willing to put out there for some of these guys? And like Marcus said, do me a favor, man. We got 24 people in here. We should have 24 likes. So like the video for me, man, as we sit here and wait for Caleb to appear. And hopefully we get some good news tonight, because I think Tar Heel Nation really needs some good daggum news, man. Brandon said he's gone if he doesn't land. Youth pastor said if he doesn't sign, Davis needs to go. I mean, I think that that's fair, man. You know, as far as if Carolina doesn't make the tournament, which they are way on the outside looking in right now, if you ask me. If you ask me, man. Way on the outside looking in. And that would not only be 2 out of 4 years of, you know, HD, but we're talking about 3 out of 6 for the program in general, because, you know, Roy, obviously, his second to last year, they didn't go to the dance, which is crazy. It's stinking crazy, man. We went from, you know, from 03 to 2021, basically, of Roy and having 3 national championships, you know, 4 or 5 national championship appearances, you know, to missing the tournament 3 out of the last 6 years. Possibly if this year, you know, we don't make it, which is just insane to me, dude. It really is just insane to me, man. Smoke said, Russ, the money issue is not an issue anymore like before. Y'all should know this by now. Not concerned like others. I mean, I've heard rumors that Carolina opened up the coffers for him. and that might have been one of the things that kind of turned the tide on this thing. But at the same time, I haven't personally heard anything definitive. It's just been kind of like hearsay. Now maybe you've seen something that I haven't. I don't know, Smoke. I really don't know, brother. But I haven't seen anything just carte blanche definitive in that aspect, man. So I'm hoping that that's the case because a lot of people were saying that that's one of the reasons why we didn't get AJ was, you know, the lack of funds. So I'm obviously hoping that that's not the case tonight. I'm hoping that they open the bag for this kid, dude. Hoping that they open the stinking bag. And I haven't heard anything about it, man. I haven't even heard them bring it up just yet, man. So Brandon said I think they go on a run this year if they land Caleb. You think that directly impacts this year, Brandon? That's an interesting take. KC's not getting it done, man. Even when we had the Natty run, it was really a mediocre season, and then our Iron 5 caught fire at the right time. Yeah, I agree, Max. I agree. 3 out of the last 4 seasons, um, you know, 3 out of the last 4 seasons, Carolina's been on the bubble. And aside from that 2022 run, where Carolina got hot and they probably should have won the national championship game, the fact that they followed that up with the poor season after that was just crazy. Why these guys are painting their fingernails like that, bro? Oh gosh, man, it does something to me. Oof. Anyway, you said it's time to hire somebody outside the UNC coaching. I'm kind of leaning that way as well, youth. To be honest with you, man, if this thing doesn't work out, that's the way I'm leaning to, because I just don't see anybody in the tree. There's no Roy Williams in waiting, which is it's crazy. But it might be the time where um it's time to kind of take a page out of what the football program just did, man. Smoke said money's not an issue. Talked to a lot of insiders and it was posted the funds are good to go now and on. That's great. I mean, hey, that's music to my ears, my friend. That's music to my stinking ears. Max said getting worried they haven't even said his name yet. Um Theo has been trying hard to defend Hubert. Tough, yeah. Yeah, he has, man. And like I said, one of the interesting things about what Theo said is the fact that he alluded to the fact that we're a 5 away from being good. But we don't have a 5. And the coaching staff, the staff in general, it's incumbent upon them to make sure that your roster is intact where you have serviceable guys at each position so that you can make a run. But it's not just that we don't have a 5. I really do wonder how much he wanted a bona fide Armando Bacot because it doesn't fit with the offensive system, that HD seems to want to run. And that's kind of why we're in the predicament. One of the reasons we're in the predicament we're in right now is because RJ Davis is having an off year. When your All American comes in shooting 28%, 20 games in from 3, and then obviously the last 2 games, Ian Jackson has kind of struggled a little bit as well. You got to have shooters, bro. If you're gonna run that type of offense, a 4 out, 5 out look, you got to have guys that can knock down stinking jumpers consistently. And Ian was doing that for a while. RJ did it a ton last year, and I don't think anybody could have really anticipated the how much he was off. To be completely honest with you, man. So Smoke said it's not HD's fault. I mean, like where does the blame land? That's kind of like if it's not all his fault, then where are we putting the blame? Because I think that's what Tar Heel Nation wants to know. Smoke is, you know, Like the Bucks got to stop somewhere, man. Um, you know, that's how life works. You know, the boss is usually the one, and if the employees are jacked up, then the boss has got to fix it. You know, if we're successful, we're gonna look to Hubert Davis, and we're gonna say, "Oh man, look what he did." Um, but at the same token, when we're not successful, I think that it's fair that you also go in and you say, okay, where are we putting the blame for our lack of success? Who put together the roster? So, still waiting, guys. Still waiting. Z said, "Did you hear Cade is getting 600 grand a year?" I mean, goodness. Maybe I just need to go to the Y and just work on my three balls. Just, I mean, I'm not 6'7", 6'8", but it must be nice to make 600 grand to ride the pond. I mean, goodness stinking gracious, bro. Max said all the PT on those guys caught up in the natty. Everybody started dropping like flies. I remember Puff Johnson collapsing on the floor from exhaustion late in the game. Yeah. Yep. Cade should donate the money to Children's Hospital in North Carolina. I mean, I don't think it would be unfair for him to donate, some of that. Yeah, I think Powell's come back a sophomore year too, man. I think I think he can clean some things up. He's had some good spurts, but I think he can fine tune some things. For sure. For sure, man. Brandon said it's the players not finishing, not HD. I mean, yeah, I think obviously you can put some of the onus on that. But then at the same time, the roster makeup, think about how good RJ was with a legitimate 5 down low. That could kind of occupy some space. They had to kind of sag on Armando a lot, which enabled him. Good night. Why do they keep showing Shaq's feet? Some big feet, man. Those some little toenails. But without a legitimate 5 down there occupying space, he struggled. Especially as a little dude, man, getting a shot off because people don't have to worry about anybody down low. There's no low post entry. There's no being able to feed the post and then relocate, find some open court and get ready for him to throw it back out, And so I think the roster makeup has directly affected RJ. Smoke said rest the whole team was off. The whole team shooting is the worst percentage in the NCAA. Of course, y'all blame the boss. If the ball going, no one is saying a word, but we flat out bricking. I agree with that. But it's just like the video that I made, man. At the end of the day, as the man of my house, the success and failure of my basketball team here in Russ the Tar Heels house, it's on me. It's on me, man. I'm the stinking coach in this bad boy. I'm not going to put the blame on my 10-year-old son, because he's not, doing, no, he's here. I'm the stinking coach. At the end of the day, the Bucks got to stop somewhere, dude. And I'm going to take it on my stinking shoulders. I'm not just going to point the finger at everybody else. That's what Mac Brown did. Towards the tail end of his, it was always, you got to talk to my offensive coordinators. Well, dude, you do something about it, man. You do something about it. All right? I don't want to hear about the coordinators, man. Okay, you are the head coach. Why is the team not successful? It all comes back to you. Period. So yes, is RJ not shooting well, a component? Yes. If you want to put some of that onus on the players, fine. But, as far as I'm concerned, there's no way that, you don't go to the head coach who made the roster, who runs the offense, who inserts and takes out players. It's on him, bro. It's on him. Win, lose, or draw. If he goes to the Final Four, it's on him. You go back to You know, unfortunately, the channel wasn't up by then. You know, back when Carolina went to the Final Four. But guess what? I was on the stinking HD train, and you know, I directly attributed, you know, that run to him sticking with the five. You know, but at the same time, if we're gonna love on him, dude, when he's doing great, you know, then you can also get some scrutiny when your team is not doing great. And this is Carolina. Can't miss, you know, 2 out of 4 NCAA tournaments, man. You just can't. And people look the other way. But you're right. We're not shooting well. You are right about that. Pastor wants Trumbull to drive the ball to the basketball. Sean said comments after the game were not good. I heard that there was a little bit of emotion, man. I did. I heard there was a little bit of emotion in the locker room. I don't know if it was good or bad, but Snarls, I have no stinking idea, man. I was really hoping that it would be, you know, 12:45, 1 o'clock. I really don't know. They haven't even mentioned it, you know. So I'm wondering where in the world Caleb Wilson is. Because I'm ready to react. And I'm ready to stinking hit the stinking sack. Pause. Oh, they're over here stinking still messing with Shaq's feet, man. I'm guessing he's not going to be in studio. Here we go. Nope. I just heard Tar Heel. That's all. I just heard Tar Heel, guys. Lewis said if he gets this recruit tonight, they'll keep him. Plus more revenue money coming in, so they may see what he can do with all that. Plus who stays with UNC. I think that's fair. I think that's fair, man. I think a lot of this is predicated off of I think a lot of this is predicated off of being able to get this recruit. I do, man. Not popular take. Roy wasn't a good game time coach either. We can't expect Hubert to be always needed to out talent opponents. Smoke said Russ last year was an NIL issue. This year, no. Plus, missing Zayden High puts us back a minute too. That's a good point, Smoke. That's a good point, man. You know, Zayden is gone. Hopefully, he'll be back next year. High energy guy. That's a good point, man. I don't know, Gary. I don't see, like I said, I don't see anybody inside the tree, man. It'd have to be somebody outside. Caleb is a Tar Heel, said Lawson. Smoke said 2 years out. 2 years out of 4, y'all crucified him like this man is not perfect at all and need to be in fans' eyes. No, I mean, like we're gonna have to agree to disagree on this, bro. And I'm kind of surprised that you're taking this take. To be completely honest with you, because this is the University of North Carolina. You know, it's bad when we miss a tournament. You know, Roy Williams missed a tournament, and everybody was like, "What in the world's going on?" When they go 14-19, they come back, go 18-11. They're out in the first round against Wisconsin in 2020, 2021. And Roy did the right thing, man. He stepped aside. You know, he was done. You know, I mean, and I thought it was admirable for him to do that. You know, but yes, I mean, this isn't East Tennessee State, man. It's Carolina. So if you miss the the tournament 2 out of 4 years at Carolina, you know, I don't like the phrase of crucifying because we love HD, you know, as a man, but this is a results oriented business, man. You know, it's a results oriented business, bro. Marcus said, I'd be pissed if I stayed up this late and he went to Kentucky. I want screens for Trimble 2 standing in the corner isn't working. Yeah. He's still young as a head coach. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong for thinking that. Well, that's what a lot of people were saying is the fact that, you know, it's a that's like it's a tough task, man. It's a tough task, bro. Um, you know, you're the head coach of the JV team at Carolina. You're an alum. You've played in the NBA. You've never been the head coach at any college basketball program. And then you are, you know, given the reins of the University of North Carolina, right? You're hand chosen by arguably the best to do it in Carolina blue, Roy Williams. He sits you in that seat, and then, you know, you're 3 years removed from a national title, 3 or 4, and simultaneously, it's going to be on oh, good night, bro. What is this? This is I got it on True TV East. That's what I got it on right now, brother. But, you know, Carolina struggling, you know. Carolina struggling. Roy missed the tournament. Then they're out in the first round. That's a tough stinking task, man. And then you put a guy in place who's never been a head coach. That's a lot to ask of him, man. Gary said, how about Jerry Stackhouse? Didn't he just get fired? I think he just got fired, didn't he? Ooh. I don't know. I have to look more into Jerry as a coach, man. I'd have to look more into Jerry as a coach. Marcus said Hubert's a nice guy, but you know what they say about nice guys. They finish last. Yeah, it's I know, Cam. Trust me, bro. I'm waiting too, dude. Call Matt Dougherty. He's learned. No. No. Absolutely stinking not. No Matt Dougherty, please. I mean, like I said, bro, I'm just gonna push back on you a little bit. 3 years at Carolina on the bubble. You know. So, I mean, I mean, if you want to keep, there's a lot of people that want to keep him. You know, there's a lot of people that want to keep him, dude. But you know, um, I don't know, man. How much time do you give somebody? We'll see. Like I said, if they sign Caleb, I can imagine that, you know, he'll be given an additional year. Um, and you know, then we'll see. Charles really wants Nate Oakes, man. Bruce Pearls, Dan Hurley, Mark Few, all in one, all in on a big name that's proven. I like somebody who's proven, but I'm more interested in, you know, the best name available, man. You know, he's just talking about evil. He's talking about when they went to the national title game in 2022 when they got hot. Goodness gracious, bro. It is stinking 10 after 1, guys. Penny Hardaway from Memphis. I mean, they've had some good recruiting classes too. You know, they've had some good recruiting classes over there in Memphis too, man. Make changes with the assistants. I was telling somebody, man, I saw him tell Sean May got up to he was barking at somebody and he told him to sit down. Somebody was complaining about not a lot of energy over there on the bench, and I was like, well, maybe he's the only one who's allowed to get up and get fired up. I don't know. I don't think I know, man, but you know, Mark Few's overrated. Penny has some baggage from Memphis. Yeah, I've heard a lot of people talk about Jay Wright. Um, you know, bringing him out of retirement. I just think that it's got to be, if they move on, it's got to be somebody that's that, like you said, is proven. Somebody that's proven that can get us back to where we need to be consistently. Consistently. Charles, that's another good point that somebody brought up, man. Just getting a GM, you know, somebody to handle the recruiting aspect of everything. That's another great point, man. Something the football team is doing, bro. Well, if it's true, Smoke, then then I'm all for it, dude. If we can start recruiting the right guys, man. But once again, I think consistently another thing that needs to transpire is you know, and maybe this is just a little bit of the old school in me. Carolina's got to get back to running two bigs, man. I mean, that is Carolina basketball 101. Um, you know, we got to be able to throw the ball inside, man. I firmly believe that. I think it's imperative that, I mean, it used to be a university that just had big men after big men after big men. And we need to start landing some of those guys. I'd be really interested in listening to HD talk about philosophy, um, and what he's truly trying to accomplish. Did he change the offense to fit the personnel, or is this just the route that he wants to go? Where we got stretch fours and stretch fives. Um, yeah, they're humming, Charles. That's the thing, man. They're always in the stinking top five, bro. They're always like top three. I mean, I hope you're right, Smoke. I hope they stinking give this kid the stinking bag, man, and I hope he balls out for us. I really do. What bigs did he ruin, Joseph? Talking about Kessler, Walker Kessler. Coach Rob is part of the staff. Yeah. Now, I know Smoke said he's like reading the insiders and everything, and so I've heard from some people that know some people that there is a little bit of you know animosity, if you will, between you know uh, coach and maybe some of the alumni. And I think even Joel Berry kind of alluded to it just a little bit, about how, summers aren't the same, people aren't coming back. Um, just there's some stuff going on behind the scenes as well, man. That's just stuff that I've heard from people that know people. It's nothing that I am in no way, shape, or form a stinking, insider. I'm just a fan like you guys. But it's just some of the things that I've been hearing, man. Matt said he's got a bad feeling he's going to Kentucky because May isn't a great center coach. I don't know, man. Everybody keeps saying that they've really they switched this thing, man. They turned the tide on this thing. So, at this point, I'm just wondering when the hell it's gonna happen. Good night, dude. It's 1:15. It's stinking 1:15. This was not supposed to be an hour long live stream, guys. It was not supposed to be a stinking hour-long live stream. I mean, does anybody got an update when my guy is planning on stinking committing? Oh my goodness. Very late tonight. All I got. That's all we got, dude, is he's gonna make it very late. It says between 12:30 and 1:30. Um, so I guess we got stinking 15 more minutes, dude. Charles said we need to build culture. Yep. Oh, Z, as soon as we stinking get this thing, yeah, I know, man. As soon as we get this thing, bro, I'll probably say like, you know, a couple more things, dude, and then we're all stinking going to bed. Cause I gotta be back at work. I got off at midnight and I gotta be back at work at 8. This was supposed to be like a 30-minute video tops. So I got commercials right now. A dude and a chick sleeping in a tent. Looks like they're a USAA commercial. That's what I got, Cam. Ooh, Brandon. You think that's what's taking long, bro? You think that's what's, dude, that would be stinking wild. That would be so stinking wild, bro. Huge cash offer last minute. And this is truly, bro. You know, I can't be mad at these kids. You know, imagine being at your job and somebody calling you and say, "Hey, we'll offer you uh a better salary to do your same job at this company, which is also a good company." And you know, how do you not take that? But I hate that this is stinking college sports, bro. I really do, man. I really stinking do. That would be wild to say the least. Call last minute, dude. Hey, do me a favor while we're waiting, man. Hit that like button. We got 14 likes in here, 53 people in the daggone chat, man. I need you guys to stink and smash that like button. That's the least you can do. As we're all staying up waiting for people to get their daggone stuff together. Like we don't got nowhere to be. This is crazy. This is stinking crazy to me, bro. Like imagine being 17, 18 years old and committing at 1:30 in the morning on national television where almost nobody is watching. Stinking crazy, bro. Stinking crazy. But, you know, like I said, half of the stuff that happens anymore with some of these kids, man, I don't understand, dude. I don't stinking understand it half of the time anymore. I can assure you that I would not be committing at 1:30 in the morning. Louisville hates Kentucky. I hope he goes to the Jordan school. 100% Philippians. I hope he goes to the Jordan school too, bro. Soon. Joseph said, "Yeah, it's not. Yeah, it's like free agency NBA, man. That's what it is. We just got finished watching the end of the Lakers Celtics. I didn't, but you know the Lakers Celtics was on, and this is like the stinking JV version, the JV league." Cam said, "Might as well find out tomorrow." If he don't do it by about 1:30, we might have to do that, bro. Yeah, I agree, Sean. Do it at the half, bro. Or if they would have even given him that time, who knows? If they would have even given him that stinking time. Oh, Z said he heard somebody talking about the Kentucky cash story. Mm-mm-mm. Let's think and see. Let's think and see. There we go. Here we go, bro. He's here. He's sneaking here. Here we go, bro. He's on the TV. Here we go, baby. Finally in there, man. Caleb Stinkin' Wilson. The last top 10 rated recruit. Yep. Here we stinking go, bro. Hey, I appreciate you, Mike. Appreciate you, brother. Means a lot, man. Quan said I don't even watch basketball anymore. He's sitting by Kenny Smith, bro. You got to choose Carolina, dog. You got to choose Carolina, man. Come on. Jack said he knows where he's still playing with his toes. I think I've read his words, man. I think I could have swore I heard him say Kentucky. I'm trying to keep it low enough to where got the fam here, bro. Come on, baby. Come on, man. Ah, hey, don't do it. Don't stick it. Don't pick Kentucky in front of Kenny, man. Let's go. Let's stinking go, bro. Let's stinking go, man. Let's stinking go. Let's stinking go. I love it, man. I love it, bro. Good news. Good stinking news, bro. Good stinking news, man. Oh, bro, they dumped him with Carolina Blue. I stinking love it. I got Ramesses behind him and everything, dude. My dog. My stinking dog, man. Let's go. Hey, that's real good news, man. Goodness gracious. Hey, I mean, dude, that's stinking awesome, bro. That's a big win against Kentucky, dude. That's a huge stinking win, guys. And we need some good news, right? We needed some stinking good news, man. We needed some stinking good news. And you know what? That should do so much, man, for this program right now. Just the motivation, you know. Yeah, Philippians 4:13 said it's, I mean, it probably is, man. He bought himself some time for sure. He bought himself some time, man. So, and Smoke called it, dude. Smoke stinking called it. Yeah, you can't fire HD now, bro. Can't stinking fire HD.
Coached by Mike Krzyzewski. Forward assistant, Texas, number 20.
We got to hit the stinking fight song on that one, bro. Tar Heels. big commit for Carolina, man. That's great stinking news. Y'all weirdos need to stink and go to bed. Anyway, love you, Tar Heel Nation. Appreciate you guys hanging out with me, man. And good night, dude. Great news for Tar Heel Nation. So we'll talk about it some more tomorrow. Everybody get your butt to bed, man. Get some sleep. And boy, it's a good day to be a Tar Heel. Love you guys.